Welcome everyone. This is a quick little video on the ups and downs of buying and building a pool. So at the end of 2020, we had COVID and we couldn't do anything. So my wife and I decided that we wanted to build a pool. So in February, we called around to all the areas and for all the pool people and decided to get quotes and things like that. We ended up going with Mr. Pool. If you're from Alabama, they're big time pool deal. Pool makers, and to us they just fit everything we needed. We didn't want to have to do a whole bunch of things besides them build it. We hand them a check and that's it. So we started this adventure in February and they finally got everything lined out and we're backed up because they were building so many pools. They finally came out like May the 2nd and started. That was the initial start to it. They came out. I came home one morning and I had the whole company lined down my road. The guy came out and decided, the foreman pointed out everything, wanted to double check. And when I handed him the money or handed him the check, they started digging. And all you see in these pictures before the concrete right here was all done in one day. The concrete, they came back in about 2 to 3 days, and because we had a little bit of rain, and set it. We built the lean-to and had it all done before they set the concrete because we paid a little extra for that part right there being concreted in. So that's what we looked at for several weeks. During COVID, I guess everybody was behind. Pool liner is what we waited for the longest. I think we waited a month or two, and we came home one day and it was there. They just showed up. It's me and my son picking out things for our lean-to. We got fans and electrical stuff, water hoses, just making the area nice up under our lean-to because, we had to have some way to get out of the sun because where our pool's at, it receives sunlight from sun up to sundown. There's no time this pool is not getting any heat. So we had to have a little area to hide the kids from the sun some. And so once our builder, which is a local guy from Montgomery, his name's Brandon Walters. He owns Walters Woodworking. You have to look him up on Facebook. He does a fantastic job. He built this lean-to for us, and then a little on later on the video, you'll see he does a fence around the pool for us. He built my privacy fence. Does amazing work. Reasonably priced, good guy. Can't say enough about him. But this was us trying to get our area the way we wanted it before they put the liner in. So we had several weeks. They ended up putting my pump, which is a great idea, out under my shop. It's lean-to keep it out of the sun. So the motor's not out there getting beaten, baked by the sun. So that I'm glad we decided to put it out of the way and in the shade. So everything turned out really well. We got Brandon to come out. He does the electrical work too. He wired everything up, got us all good to go. And then we come home one day and the liner's there. They had already started putting the pool liner in before we got home, and the guy said, we'll take you through pool school, which is what Mr. Pool does once the pool's ready to go. So he said, put the water hose in it and start filling us up and call us when you get close to the end. So it took us like 3.5 days to fill the pool up. We only had one water hose running to it. I'm sure you could do it faster another way, but I think that's our first swim. We wanted to have a big party at the house for July 4th, but we didn't quite get done in time. So I think it was like July the 23rd was the very first time right there we swam in the pool with enough water in it. And they'd run us through the pool school and showed us how everything works. Yeah. Everything's so high tech. It's run off a remote. It'll tell you when your salt levels are low. We did go salt, which I advise if you have the little extra money, go that route. I've got friends with chlorine pools, and they fight the pools all the time. Our pool is super easy to take care of. It's not complicated whatsoever, and it stays clear 24/7, 365. We don't never have a problem out of it. But they show you how to do everything. That's Mr. Brandon right there. He came back, and we decided to build us a fence around the pool. And where I live at, we're in the countryside, so we're not inside the city limits. So it's not required to have a fence. But if you live inside the city limits, you have to have a fence. So either way, we thought it'd be a good idea to keep pets and people and our kids, they're little, and you can see they can swim like you wouldn't believe. These kids did a great job, learning and swimming, which no one's allowed by the pool unless we're there. But they were really young when we built this pool. But anyways, we did the fence. It turned out great. Brandon did, like I said, did a great job. That's just family hanging out and enjoying the pool. I'm glad we went with 2 lights. It lights the pool up really well. We would have went with just 1 light. The steps as a side entry, we went that route because you get more shallow. The steps don't take up the shallow end, so ours is a side entry. I'm sorry, that's a chicken crowing in the background. But anyways, we went that route. And the pool, like I said, turned out fantastic with the dual lights. They changed 500 different colors and fade in and out. Everything's run by a little remote control, which is really cool. The pool is really simple. The downside to everything is right here. My father-in-law got us rock and brought it and dropped it off for us, and we decided to, where the fence ran, we didn't want to run it up tight by the pool, so you see we gave ourselves some room. So we went and got mats from Lowe's and stuff and sprayed and put everything down, and we put rock on top of it. And it looks fantastic. It looks really good. It's nice, easy to keep the weeds back. But with small kids, family, and friends, it is a terrible idea. I apologize for the chickens. But they're always, you cannot take a little kid and tell them not to touch a rock. So we are constantly finding rocks in our pool, toys, things like that. So we're shortly fixing to have concrete poured on top of those rocks. We're going to remove the rocks and have concrete poured to fill in that void because we're sick and tired of the rocks. But it does look good. That's my wife at making a little rock thing in an old wheelbarrow we found. But that pool is crystal clear. It's like 10 foot deep. It's, like I said, very easy. Mr. Pool did a fantastic job. They had the best electricians. We have no problems with the pool whatsoever. I built a shower right there so you can wash off before you go home. But it's salt, so it's not a bad system. Now, a little sunshade we bought from Lowe's. I think it was like $90-something. Everything, like I said, it's super simple. And got lounge chairs. We made a nice setup so we can vacation at our house. Family loves to come over and use it. I bought a sprayer and learned to spray. Sprayed the fence, made it look good. But we enjoy it. We really have a good time with it. There's no really downside to it. Salt's pretty easy to handle. It's not complicated. You just add salt and it tells you what your levels are and check your water levels. Mr. Pool's always been really nice. We call them. They show us and help us with anything we need. That's my wife's palm tree. But we do movie night out by the pool when it's not freezing cold. We put a projector screen up and a projector, and my kids love it. It's just me and my wife and kids, just our vacation away. But the pool, you know, if anybody wants to question it, it's pretty simple how to do it. Mr. Pool walked us through it. I'm sure people are wondering how much the pool cost. In 2021, it was $39,000 just for the pool and the concrete. The fence and the lean-to and everything else, we paid out of pocket, and we're into it pretty good on that. You know, wood was high in that time, outrageous price, but well, I wouldn't change anything.